another day in Broadstairs done with. That's 3 times over 3 weeks I've popped down to take some photos and some video. This one's been a bit more successful than the other two in that there were some waves, you know, pumping a little bit. So we've got some sucked borders and a little bit of surf, nothing too much. As they weren't massive waves, they weren't the 3 foot that you sort of need for it to be working down here. But it was enough. Yeah, went to Joss Bay as well, just have a quick look at there, got a few shots more from there. Next nice successful trip this time, it was good. And you know, staying in all week, locked in one place, coming out occasionally to do the odd walk and bits of work and things like that, but most of the time being indoors is just dull. I've got a little sort of game / project me and Zoe have been working on and doing, where we give each other a task to shoot for the week. Heading to a petrol station to top up for the journey back. Then got to go to Costa, got to get your Costa in, especially with weather like this, a nice cold iced sort of drink with a bit of coffee in just to keep you alert and ready is exactly what the doctor ordered. I like Broadstairs a lot because it changes and it doesn't. So like on the walk down to Joss Bay, the what's it called? There's a few sort of refurbished fences and roadways and things like that, but overall it's pretty much the same as it's always been. Yeah, there's just a few little refurbished bits, maybe a road closure or a light change, but overall it's looked the same way for years, and it's, you know, since going to uni and coming back, it's still very much the same place. All the roads and people and what people do here. It's a very warm day. Well, it was warm. Being on the beach, obviously there's nothing to break the wind, so standing there in just shorts that are a bit wet from standing in the sea, bloody cold. Actually, just where I'm like in the car now, it's quite toasty. It's odd going down the road that I'm on at the moment. Used to go to uni along here, but now the uni, or this, not the uni as a whole, but the uni as in this campus has closed, which is just a bit sad in its own ways. But everything comes to an end. Just wish this coronavirus would hurry up and come to its end. So we had a uni talk the other day, an artist talk. Someone came in and started chatting about their work and their process and all of that shenanigans. And that's what's inspired me a bit more to come down. I'll get you the name later in the video so you can go have a look at his work. I'll link his website in the bit below. Yeah, I was watching this guy's work and he was just talking about how whilst doing other jobs and working and all of that nonsense, he just kept going with a few like handful of projects that he was doing and moulding them in between doing things and saving up a lot of, or it must have been a lot of money, but to get flights from here to America to photograph this or do that, and building work that way. And I think that's what I'm going to use this COVID time for as well. I mean, it's coming. I don't think it's coming to an end because life's not going to be back to normal for any time soon, and a lot of things are going to change and have to get used to doing. But until this whole thing's blown over, I mean, it's getting a little easier. Lockdowns are getting a bit more and more relaxed each week, as it were. And I think I've tried to stick to doing 2 videos a week at the moment. I've been trying to stick to doing 2 videos a week. Obviously, when gym comes back on and we're back to some form of normality with that, I might have to chop and change my goalpost for that, but that's fine. I can work with that. Yeah, I can work with a different goalpost and doing things a little bit differently. But up until I'm told I'm back at work and all of that, I'm gonna aim to do things this way, like every week or every other week. Head down the coast, get some photos in. I need to go to a different beach now though. I've been to Broadstairs all 3 times now, and it's just a bit. I love it, but yeah, I've seen this artist talk, which I'll go and talk over some of what we went through and some of his work. Or how you feel about things is very important to creative work, whether it's because it upsets you and you feel that you need to share work. Yeah, the photos I took of supboarding over at Broadstairs are probably a lot better because the waves were sort of the right height and right depth and the right amount of power and speed and sense and all that sort of thing for the skill of the surfers at the time and the supboarders at the time, and just to get photographs of it. It was just a nice, whereas Joss Bay, because of the time and the way the beach is shaped and the tide and all that sort of thing, just made the water a bit nastier, and that's part of knowing your environment and the places you shoot and knowing how the structure of your place works. It's not to say you can't surf those things if you've got the skills and you know how to and you're used to those sort of dumpy waves, which a lot of the local surfers probably are, but probably don't do it as much anymore because there are better waves to be had at Broadstairs if you know how to get